Hello again, awesomers. It's me, it's your old buddy Steve Simonson, and we're doing it yet again. Here's another awesomers episode just for you. Now, I want to start out by today by letting you know our primary piece of the agenda is to share with you the layout for the upcoming Festivus event in December. Now, there's two reasons to do this. One is so that those of you who have not already made the decision to join us at Festivus, you can have a really deep preview into it and then decide to get on board because it's going to be fun. Or for those who are already attending, you're going to be able to kind of plan your time out accordingly. So I want to just share with you some of the things that we're going to be doing and some of the timelines and so forth, how it's all going to fit together and what makes it special, in my opinion. But along the way, I want to just call out some of the people who helped make it come to life. So Festivus 2022 is powered by Elevate Brands. And you see, if you're watching the video version of this, I even have an Elevate hat and shirt. So a big thanks to Elevate Brands for helping make this event come to life and bringing entrepreneurs the access to this event at an affordable price, right? Basically, these events cost a lot of money. The venues are expensive, the food's expensive, everything's nutty expensive at especially at hotel-based events. Like hotels have this idea that if you are hosting an event, then coffee is worth about $80 a gallon. No exaggeration, by the way, about $80 a gallon. And they just bring it out endlessly. And if you have the audacity to say, gosh, I would like to give a 6-pack of sodas to my people and let them drink some sodas, they're like, hey, no problem. It's $8 per soda plus 22% service fee plus. So lots of nutty fees. And I just want to call out and appreciate the Powered By sponsor, which is Elevate Brands, for helping take off some of that pain and subsidize some of this so that sellers don't have to pay the whole bounty themselves. And along the way in today's episode, I'll call out some of our other very important advertisers as well. But Elevate was the marquee sponsor. Now, what does that mean? If you're listening to this and you're an aggregator and you're not with Elevate Brands, I'm here to tell you, with my apology, this is not for you. This is an exclusive event in terms of an aggregator for Elevate. So although I've had great interest from aggregators and folks in that space, we apologize, but this is just for the Elevate team and their cohort of either sold to or bought from or other entrepreneurs that they have in their aggregator space. Now, all entrepreneurs are welcome to this. If you have a brand and you're selling, you're an entrepreneur. So you're very, very welcome to come. And here's what you should expect. So fly in on December 8th. Now, you can fly directly into Sun Valley, Idaho, which is right next door to Ketchum. And there's a little shuttle that can take you from Ketchum or from Sun Valley Airport to Ketchum. Or because sometimes that schedule is either difficult or the cost is a premium cost, you could fly into Boise and just rent a car. And it's a, 2.5 or 3 hour drive from Boise. But the flights to Boise are pretty cheap. So you kind of have that option. And by the way, for those keeping score at home, you may just decide to drive there. There's plenty of entrepreneurs in Idaho and Utah and Washington and California and Nevada and even beyond that you may decide to just drive on over. And you'll be very welcome if you do. So on the 8th, we've got a welcome party that everybody is welcome to. The VIPs, the service providers, the general admission, everybody's welcome to the opening networking party. And bear in mind that a lot of that day there's going to be people arriving, and myself and others will be hanging out kind of around the hotel, not just for greetings, but also to start getting busy networking. We're not going to waste any time. We want to get right to it. Now, that's for everybody to get settled that night. We get the welcome party and we get the agenda laid out, and Amber and the gang will have a nice presentation for us. Now, the 9th, that's when we get into some of the speaking, and some of the gift giveaways that we like to do. And we like to do a fairly light touch on this. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that here in just a second, but I want to call out some of the additional sponsors. So a big thank you to Clear Ads, and Carbon 6 and Quiet Light. These are, critical sponsors, and we really appreciate them, stepping up and again, helping bring this to life. Empower is a nonprofit. Our mission is to kind of make events and make information and platforms and other things accessible to entrepreneurs. And it makes it a lot easier when we have great sponsors like Clear Ads and Carbon 6 and Quiet Light to help get that job done. And there will be folks from, I think, both Elevate that I've already mentioned, Clear Ads, Carbon 6, Quiet Light at the event for you guys to learn a little bit more about what they do and get some face-to-face time with some of these service providers. I can't stress this enough. When you have the chance face-to-face to meet with somebody and develop a little bit of rapport and dive a little deeper than some of the webinar, types of presentations where they talk at you, or I do this myself. Webinars, you talk at an audience. Even masterminds where you talk with an audience, there's never that one-on-one. And this venue and event will give lots of one-on-one time. So back to the agenda, everybody. When we look at December 9th, this is going to be, where we start having some of the speakers roll out. And I'm pleased to say there's some great speakers. Matt Parker's coming over. Travis Ziegler's going to be there. Ashlyn Haddon will be there. My buddy Kevin King will be there. And all of these folks are going to bring great value. They're going to be talking about things that are important to them, and those things that are important to them should be important to you. Often you'll find somebody's zone of expertise overlapping into your world. And so we're going to get really into the details really fast. And I think you'll find it to be highly informative, but also fairly light touch. And what do I mean by light touch? I guess that's a fair question. Our objective is, instead of overwhelming you in a classroom and beating you down with information all day, we're going to have each speaker, myself included, kind of with a very limited time slot in terms of their ability to share their information with you. So instead of, us getting up at the crack of dawn and staying in the classroom setting, until midnight, our objective is to give you the highlights, the most actionable, most important information in small slugs of content. So not, multi-hour long sessions, and then have those content blocks buffered by, gift giveaways and other kind of activities, networking and the like in between. And the intent of this is to make sure that everybody has that chance to act on some of the ideas they heard, from the person speaking on stage. Sometimes you hear an idea and you're really excited about it, and then you're 2, 3, 4 speakers later and you kind of forgot about that, or the sizzle has left the steak, right? They got a little bit cold. And our mission, again, is to give you the sizzle, but in small bursts, and then let you follow up with it with the speakers. And I could say that this is designed to be a relatively intimate event. We don't want a giant, 1,000-person event. We want, really less than 100 people to come and enjoy this experience. And by the way, less than, 50 VIPs. We want everybody to have the best opportunity to make deep connections with not just the speakers, but each other as well. This is a good time, by the way, to call out some additional sponsors: Avast, Product Savants, and SOPbox.co. These are companies that have also stepped up and added resources and sponsorship to this event, and we want to recognize them for that. You'll be able to hear Melanie with Avast, talk about kind of the global trade situation, how easy it is to cross borders. Kevin, my partner Kevin King, will be speaking as well from Product Savants, and my little birdie tells me he may bring some fun hacks with him. And then Michael Pinkowski with parsimony.com, which also owns SOPbox.co, we'll be talking about systems as well. So lots of like power, like not only have these folks help us put the event together and bring it to life, but powerful contributions as well. So during that day will start at some point in the morning. I'm not sure exactly the start time, but it's not going to be the crack of dawn, 7 a.m. start time. So you go get some breakfast, then you come to the meeting, and we will then go from till maybe 5 p.m. and we'll be just doing quick hits on speakers, gift giveaways, and networking time. And then that night we have a VIP exclusive dinner from 7 to 10 p.m. That's for sure going to be a wonderful event. Again, that's just for VIPs. So if you're general admission, just make your own little cohort there and get some dinner and network amongst yourselves. But we're taking the pain out of figuring out, where are we going for dinner and what are we going to eat and who's paying and all that stuff. All that's gone away. The VIP dinner will be happening that night. Now, the next day, this is one of the more intriguing parts of the event. Now, there's plenty of people coming down who want to go skiing or snowboarding. And so this is that day. So December 10th is the ski day. And you can go skiing or snowboarding if you want. Or for those who are not doing that, you can hang out with us, like myself. I'm not going to go skiing or snowboarding. We'll either be by the fireplace in the lobby, or we have a meeting room that we can hang out and dive deep into some of the prior day topics. So everybody's going to have the chance, if they want, to go skiing or snowboarding. But if they don't, then they can stay back and we can go deep on a number of subjects. I'll give you an example. If you've ever wanted to get a deep dive into parsimony and see what the back end looks like, or SOP box, or sourcing at Products Avance, or any number of these things, we have resources that will be in the room and happy to sit down and talk to you about that. And I believe that some of the service providers will be there, but it's not going to be, kind of like a, here's my booth, come and talk to me trade show concept. It's just we're hanging out and we're talking business concept. It's real easy and informal, but quite powerful. And then to wrap it up that night, December 10th, the Naughty or Nice party begins. And that's going to be a real fun event as well. And to be honest with you, as I sit here in front of you today, I don't remember if that's VIP only or not, to be honest. So somebody else can figure that out later. But you guys can find out these details if you go to festivus.live. So just type that into your browser, festivus.live, and it'll take you right to the page, the event page on Empowery. So I do want to point out that we already have an aggregator and a business broker. So if you're in those businesses as a service provider, this one's not for you. We've already got some exclusive deals with those sponsors. So please respect that and don't try to sneak in. I've already had to, politely, but firmly, I suppose, undo some ticket purchases, not because we don't want people there. It's just we want to have the right balance of, sellers and those that we have deals with. So I'm sure you guys understand. I feel like I'm hemming and hawing a little bit here, but essentially we're going to honor our agreements. We want to give folks like Elevate or Quiet Light, kind of their opportunity to make their relationships with this audience in a unique and exclusive way. If you're a service provider, be sure you buy a service provider ticket. There's only a few of those left. And if you are a seller, you have the chance to get a general admission. And by the way, if you use Winter 75, you get a discount. So use that discount code Winter 75, and you'll find a nice little discount there. And there's some VIP tickets left as well. So my mission here is, and we'll wrap it up here in a second, is to remind you that A, Festivus is going to be amazing. B, if you're a seller, you should come for sure. This is a chance to hang out with, me and Kevin King and Travis Ziegler, and Matt Parker, and so many others that I've already mentioned, that we get the chance to, actually hang out together. We're not rushing from, speech to speech. We're just hanging out for 2.5 days. in a very cool environment in Sun Valley, Idaho. Like if you've never been to a world-class ski resort, I think you'll be very impressed. And, hopefully if the weather cooperates, we'll have a bunch of snow up there. And it's just a real fun way to kind of have a small intimate event, so that everybody can kind of get to know each other and build some relationships. And, maybe you make your own masterminds out of this, or, there's opportunities to meet up later in real life as well. So I do want to point out that one of the reasons why we try to do this in fun and unique places is because your brain, when you have to fire new synapses, then it makes new pathways for ideation and creation. So if we just go to Las Vegas and put you in the same ballroom you've been in before, there's not a lot of synapses firing there, right? But when you go to a whole new place, Sun Valley, Idaho, you maybe not have ever been there, and it's in the winter wonderland setting, like all these different pathways are firing off, and that gives really your brain an advantage. And this is not something that Steve-O made up. This is a real thing that happens with all humans, by the way. When those pathways are lit up, and when you have the opportunity to create in a new and unique place, many things start happening that you may not have otherwise anticipated. And I welcome you to come to Festivus, and I encourage you to get your tickets now. We definitely see some capacity issues. As I said, we don't want to have too many people there. This is really designed to just be a smaller, intimate event, and that's a purposeful thing, right? When I go to events that are too large, I don't want to throw people under the bus, but like I've been to Retail X and there's like 10,000 people there. There's no value to that for me. I find that to be almost no value. Even traffic conversion, it's just too big for me to find meaning and value in. Doesn't mean the content's not good, doesn't mean you can't find value. It's just, for me, those aren't awesome. So we're trying to develop something that is different and unique, and then has this tradition. This will be the third year of Festivus, and we look forward to welcoming you there. So thanks, everybody. Go now to festivus.live and grab your ticket. Why not? If you want to hang out with me and Kevin and Mike and Matt and Ashlyn and Melanie and so many others, get on the stick right now and get it done. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.